everyone! For my Bible subject in my homeschooling, I am going to summarize the story You'll Not Be Thirsty Again, or The Woman at the Well. This happened at Samaria at the town of Sychar. Before, in those times, Samaritans and Jews were enemies. They did not like each other. They did not even talk to each other. So there was a Samaritan woman that was going to get some water from a well in Samaria. So she said, "I will get water from the well now." So she went to the well, but she saw someone was sitting at the well, and she recognized that the man that was sitting there was a Jew. How she disliked Jews! Why is he there? She frowned. Doesn't he know Jews don't ever get near to Samaritans like us? Well, that Jew won't surely speak to me, and I won't even glance at him. That's what she said. With her chin up, and she walked proudly to the well. The woman filled her jug with water. She did not know that the man was Jesus. And Jesus was a Jew. That's why, she knew that he was a Jew. He and his disciples or friends had walked all morning from Judea to Galilee, which is pretty, long. That's pretty tiring. They passed through the city of Samaria to the town of Sychar, which the Samaritan woman lived there. He rested while his disciples went to the town to buy food. Jesus said to the Samaritan woman, "Please give me a glass of water." Jesus asked her as she was about to leave. The woman was so surprised, a Jew speaking to a Samaritan. They had been enemies for years, as I've told you. The Jews thought that they were so much better than the Samaritans. And this man did not have a glass or cup. Would he use a Samaritan's glass? Of course not. At last she knew what to say to him. "How is that you, a Jew, ask me, a Samaritan, for a drink?" Jesus said, If you drink from the water that I have, you will never be thirsty again." So the Samaritan woman thought that the water that Jesus has was, physical water that you can drink every day for you to not be dehydrated, She said, "Give me that water," she exclaimed, "that I won't have to come to this well every day." But Jesus said, "I am talking about another kind of water, the living water." Then she pleaded, "Then give me some of this living water." Jesus was glad that she was thirsty for something better for her life. So he began to tell her all about the Samaritan woman, her secrets, and even the things that she didn't want to talk about. And the Samaritan woman wondered, "Sir, you know so much about me," she said. "You must be a prophet. But let me ask you, we Samaritans worship on this mountain. You Jews say a person must worship in Jerusalem. Tell me, which is right?" Jesus answered, "Where you worship God is not important. What is important is your love for Him. He is a God of all people, all races, and all colors. Your God is also the God of the Jews." The woman was surprised. This man didn't argue with him. The man, Jesus, gave her hope. She went on, "I know that when the Messiah, the Christ, comes, he will be able to answer all our questions." And she didn't know that Jesus was the Messiah. So Jesus softly said to her, "I am the Messiah." She looked at his face and saw how humble and pure and good he was. "This man is the Messiah. I know he is," she exclaimed to herself. So she came back to their town and told everyone to go with her and also know Jesus. She said, "Come, come," she called as she ran through the streets. "See the Messiah," she cried out as she knocked on door after door. Soon, all men, boys, and women, boys and girls left what they were doing and followed the Samaritan woman. They crowded around Jesus and asked him many questions. They listened, they believed, and they said, "He is the Messiah! He is the Messiah!" they exclaimed. Just then the disciples arrived because they bought food, and then they went back to, eat with Jesus. And they were surprised that Jesus was talking to the Samaritans. They were also surprised when Jesus accepted their invitation to stay in their town. He went to their homes and ate with them and slept with them. They loved him very much. When Jesus and his disciples went home, they left a town of happy people. Each one said, "Only Jesus, that humble, kind, good man, accepted and loved me as a Samaritan. I believe he is the Messiah." So I have some questions for us to understand more the story. First question: who was the woman at the well? You're right, it's the Samaritan woman. And did you know that she was the first woman evangelist recorded in the New Testament? Because remember, she went back to her town after she found out that Jesus was the Messiah, and she told everyone to see him, and her whole town was converted. Question number 2. Why did the Samaritan hesitate to talk to Jesus? Because Jesus was a Jew, and Jews do not speak to Samaritans because they were enemies for years. Question number 3. Why did Jesus reveal himself to the woman as the Messiah? Because the woman was eager to know the Messiah, or Jesus. Number 4. How did Jesus show that all are equal to him? Even though Jews and Samaritans were enemies at that time and did not talk to each other, Jesus talked to the Samaritan woman and even stayed in their city, and you ate with them and slept with them there. Question number 5. How can you develop a close relationship with God? By knowing him personally and through the study of his word every day. Question number 6. How can we nurture other people to accept and follow Jesus all the way? We should teach them, love them, and share to them God's word and live a life that would testify Jesus. Question number 7. Explain and prove that all people are important to Jesus. Even though we are sinners, He loves us and even died for us. Even if we are tall, short, fat, or thin, He loves us equally. It doesn't matter to Him if we are fat, we're short, or we are tall or short. It doesn't matter. He loves us equally. And this is the memory verse for this lesson. Our memory verse is found in John 4:14. Whoever drinks the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. I hope you were blessed from the story of the Samaritan woman, and may we be like her, that each time we feel the joy in knowing Jesus, we should share it with other people because they are just waiting to feel the joy that can only be found in Jesus. Bye!